it's Dustin with TechMD. We are now on part 2 of the Motorola G9 Plus. So it's a European phone, but basically what we're going to do is put all of our components back into the new screen and go ahead and fully test and make sure everything's working, and we'll reassemble it. So look forward to that. Thanks, guys. So we're going to go ahead and toss that aside. And then we're going to start removing all these plastic pieces here. Okay, so first we're going to put the ear speaker in. It already has adhesive in this new frame, so we're good, and we're putting it in the correct direction. Recording sometimes is difficult for me because there's so many people calling for cell phone repair at our office and other repairs, so constantly cutting and editing these videos. Anyways, we're going to take some T7000, just apply a little bit right here and a little bit right here, just along the frame. Close that back up. Okay, now if that's sitting down right, then you can move on to the next one. If not, hold it down longer until the glue sets. Go ahead and put a little bit of glue right there, and a little bit of glue right here. Why the frame doesn't come with new glue, I don't know. But if you do super glue and your frame doesn't work, you're absolutely screwed. I have no way of testing this until we pretty much have it mostly assembled. Very irritating, but there's nothing we can do about it. I guess you could take this cable out while you have the whole unit mostly assembled and plug it in and test it that way. I didn't even think about doing that. Should totally do that. So as you can see here, we got that clipped in there nice and tight, and it's holding down, and then this piece here wants to come up, so we just bring it back over. Push it down. Okay. Next, is we got to get this orientated correctly. So I think the best bet is to run a piece of or some T7000 here, or some Tessa tape if you have it. Just never use super glue, guys. My technician behind me, he was a big fan of super glue, and I told him, no way, no super glue in my office. Super glue is permanent, and it's very hard to get her and fix any problem that you may have. So as you can see here, I just lined up this little piece right here. It's hard to show, but it's this hole right here, along with the frame. Just hold it down and keep it lined. Okay, now that's held down. If you still have this piece, we can set this down and cover the cabling. You can use some T7000 to hold it down if it doesn't want to stay. But it seems to be fine. Now that our cable is mostly wanting to sit down, this has some really nice stickiness, so we're gonna just go ahead and just set our battery in. And our cables will now be held down properly. Make sure those are still sitting down properly. I'm gonna grab our board. Now this board seemed to come out at a different angle. I think it's because of this piece here. So let's go ahead and just push it in this way. and then see if we can drop it down. Yeah, that seems to work. Good. I'm going to go ahead and reconnect these cables. Just push the cable back a little bit and it'll connect right in. Same with this one. It's our LCD cable. A little tricky to get that in there. And then we can test. Looks like I'm going to need some power. So we got no power right now, so I'm going to disconnect this, and we're going to test the old screen. And so as you can see, I can see my old screen. It's fully functioning, but this is supposed to have been your new screen. So my new display is not working, and so I just wanted to make sure the phone still worked, and it does. So I'm just going to replug this back in. Make sure I wasn't plugging in something wrong. So what I'm doing here is just looking at it from a different angle and making sure that it's clicking in right, and I'm also lining it up properly. So this should turn the device on. Should. When I plugged in the charger, I noticed it popped up. Aha! It's just a simple connection issue, not a problem. This is why you always want to test, guys, before doing all that work. Because you imagine this screen being bad, it's my only one. This guy is visiting from Brazil and he needs his phone fixed. Would have been bad. Even if I overnighted one, it might have not been fast enough. For sure taking a sweet time to turn on though. I don't know if the power button's exactly sitting down. I think that might be my issue. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just push down on the board right here in this spot and then turn on the phone. I'm very confused. Why is this not working? It just showed me a display was charging. Okay. It's 29%. So it should turn on. Maybe this is not the power button. Maybe it's right here. I'm hitting a different button. Well, let's look at our frame. Oh, yeah. This is something else. Fingerprint sensor reader. And now we got the phone turning on. Knowing your phone is also important. I don't know anything about this phone. This is the first time I've ever seen it. It's probably the only time I'll ever see it. This came out in 2022. Seems to be functioning. But you definitely want to be testing this more. It's just seen a line pop up and concerned me there for a second. Okay, looks like it's fine. We got our screw in here, antennas are plugged in. We're good. We're ready to put our brackets back on. Okay, so now we have to plug this cable in somehow. Not sure how we're going to do that. Holding it down and pushing it in. There seemed to be no clip that came with this. And finally, our SIM tray. Well, if you made it this far, really appreciate you guys watching all the way through. More detailed videos like this coming in the future. And why is this so difficult? Oh, okay. You just want to make sure everything's working. So, looks like it is. This might be a camera button or something, who knows. But yeah, make sure your volume rockers are working as well. Alright guys, well now our phone looks brand new unless you want to replace this too. But thanks for watching, please like and subscribe and have a good one. See ya.